calling all factory workers and everybody who works in the manual labor industries, you could find that you have a boost of power now. And so this boost of power happens to be the harmonious bonding of the two malefic planets, Mars and Saturn. And so when we have this proper alignment, we really get really great things coming to the forefront of our own experiences. But it comes with the willingness to put in the work to have your desires be fully in reality. More on that later. But let's talk about the astrology of July 4th and 5th. Beginning with July 4th, the very first aspect going on is that Neptune, the planet of dreams and spirituality, is opposite Lilith, the wild, dark, feminine point in the sky that represents our shadow self, the parts that we keep hidden from ourselves, the parts that we're afraid of facing, the monster under the bed. So when Neptune opposes Lilith, and there is a very strong Uranian energy, and it's as if Uranus and Pluto came together and married each other, that would be Lilith, because there's a rebelliousness to Lilith. And so when it comes to this aspect, you can have deeper understanding and spiritual growth. This is the time to come face to face with self uh, delusions, with illusions that you put on yourself for being a certain way, for embodying certain qualities that you deny yourself to express. And so coming face to face with the truth, where are you lying to yourself? Where are you deluding yourself? It's really about being true to yourself. This is what this really comes down to. This is a time to not project your needs and desires onto other people. This is very important that you don't do this. Um, that's critical now. Confusions and frustrations reign supreme. Rebellion and compassion clash. Lilith is rebellion, Neptune is compassion. These two qualities are not getting along now. It's really critical that we discern what is fantasy and what is reality. What is in our minds, in our conjunctings, in our sort of made up fantasy version of what reality really is, and actually what reality really is. So seeing things through a very clear, objective, honest lens is what we need to strive for now as much as possible. This may be creating inner conflict where you question your sense of self-worth as well. There is a need for you to release your intense emotions as well. This also deals with reevaluating your boundaries in relationships. You're the only one that crosses your boundaries. You're the only one that allows your boundaries to get crossed. Other people crossing your boundaries, it's not their fault. It's you allowing that to happen. So, establishing very clear, strong, firm boundaries is crucial now. This is the time to heal deep emotional wounds also. Now, another Neptunian aspect is Neptune will square the moon. So when Neptune squares the moon, the focus on emotional and spiritual safety becomes really prominente. It's very good to choose creativity to satisfy your imagination. Any artistic thing, any creative activity that you can engage in, where you can use your right brain, is really advocated now. This is a good time for feeling greater empathy and compassion for others and really being available for other people. This is about seeing people and things differently and in a different light. You may be perceiving attack where none exists. That may be very possible now. So you may be deluded. There be enemies, people that you view as enemies, but really they're trying to help you. So you're not seeing things clearly now. It's imperative that you stay present for your life and see people not as you fantasize them to be, not seeing things the way you fantasize them to be, but seeing things as they are. You might feel the need to escape reality, but it's about you might feel like you're questioning your reality. Is this reality the reality that I want to live, etc. You may be deluding yourself, or you may be being deceived by enemies. So this becomes very prominent now. So, um, you may be lying to yourself or being deceived by others. So don't get taken advantage of now. So it's important not to make decisions based on first impressions because the details, the full picture might not be clear. You might have to actually dig deeper into things until you find the truth of situations. If you're addicted to drugs and alcohol, know this. Your tolerance will be lower than usual, even though you may still be addicted. Another aspect happening on July 4th is that Pluto will trine Lilith at an early degree of Aquarius. Pluto is at the very beginning of Aquarius. Lilith is entering the sign of Libra now. So this is all about facing unresolved fears. This is really, really critical that we face the fears that are unresolved, that are, um, immutile, what is unresolved. It's important to be direct and honest about your passions and interests at this time. It becomes very, very critical to be direct about these things. Assert your passions and interests into the world. This is about integration of your hidden desires and shadowy aspects. So you're integrating these things, removing things into your system. This is about reclaiming your personal power. This could also be a good time to explore taboo subjects as well. And what are the dark truths that you need to confront within yourself? This becomes imperative that you face the truths that you're not allowing yourself to face for whatever reason. So it's important to uncover hidden talents and passions that have been waiting to be expressed that you're keeping yourself from expressing. So express these emotions. It's very, very critical now. It's also important that you embrace yourself by, you're embracing your full self, embracing all the parts of yourself, even the parts you want to reject. It's about really, letting yourself be who you truly are, stepping into your potential. Now, the card that I pulled in this video, I'm using the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle by Colette Baron Reed, based on the book Miss Babylon by Maureen Zimmer Bradley. The card that I pulled for this particular day is Destruction. This card represents things that are turning to chaos now. Be mindful of this. It's very, very critical. So things are becoming very, very chaotic. It's important to be open to change coming to you now. Be open and receptive to the changes coming at you and be willing to flow with change. Maybe the foundations of your life are getting shaken up and stirred around. So it's important to destroy the unstable foundations and rebuild more better, stable foundations for your life. Know that disruption has a hidden gift and opportunity to them. These things that are getting disrupted and shaken up in your life has lessons and wisdom and gifts to give you. So are you open to be willing to be open to that? So this is about creating a stronger and more resilient foundations for building it up new. Know that people, places, things are unstable. The only thing that's stable in the world is spirit. So the destruction and instability in your life can actually move you closer to having a deeper, more profound relationship to your higher power. So that's the gift that I can give you now. Now moving on to July 5th. The very first aspect is Mars will sextile Saturn. So this is great for putting in the work towards the long-term project, the long-term goal. It won't bother you that results won't appear instantly. Because you might not get instant gratification results. It might take time for the wine to age. It might take time for the tomato plant um, to become fully in harvest station. You have a long-term outlook in this case. This is about attracting people who seek solid and stable relationships and enforcing those relationships in your life. This is also good for learning practical subjects as well. You may find that your impulses are slower down, so this is the very, very good thing that they're slower down. That way you can map things out more carefully. You can prud and prod. You can plan out more with foresight. You can strategize in better ways. So there's lots of advantages when you're not so impulsive. You know when to put yourself out there and when to hold back intuitively. So it's very, very good. Your intuition and your logic are coming together harmoniously now. You can focus more clearly on things. You can focus on your career and finances better. This creates determination and in the endurance to succeed, the true endurance to succeed in your life. You're feeling more determined at this particular point in time. Practice Ho'oponopono. Now, let's talk about some examples of how this can work. So the very first example is that you have determination and endurance to succeed. You're very determined, you're very persistent in your efforts at this time. So this is about planning out your course of action methodically. It's very, very critical that you do this now. You may have a very strong work ethic and attention to detail as well. This is great for manual labor. You may find that you're more patient and steadfast in going after what you desire. You may feel more cautious and disciplined, and this can help you accomplish challenging tasks. Another aspect going on today is that the moon will square the north node in Aries. So you may feel like at this time you're being pulled in different directions all at once, not having a clear line of focus. You're being pulled over here, pulled over there. Your focus is not straightforward. You may not be able to go down a certain path. So it's critical to discern between your insecurities and your intuition. What is coming from fear, what is distorted, and what is pure, what is from your intuition, what is higher wisdom. And so it's important to nurture your own path instead of relying on others, depending on others to shape it for you. You may find that it's more difficult to express your sensitive side as well. So that may be part of this. You may be forced to rely on yourself as well at this time. You may find that your anxieties are heightened. It's critical to stabilize your mind now. There may be fascination with occult subjects, with occult practices. And you may feel like self-isolating. So it's important to go into reflection. It's important to allow yourself time to replenish yourself, but also engage in your relationships and be available for those relationships in your life. Now, the new moon in Cancer is on July 5th. Is happening at 14 degrees of Cancer. To see where 14 degrees of Cancer falls in your natal chart, because that area of life will be beginning again for you. You're setting fresh intentions with that now. So the moon is very sensitive and emotional in the sign of Cancer. This is a time to follow your deep feelings and instincts. This is great for spending time at home and with family. This is great for cooking and making nourishing meals that are healthy, that nourish your heart and soul and body. And if you feel sad or depressed, feel the feelings. Allow yourself space to feel your feelings and live a life based on your feelings and move through them because the only way out is through. Your view of the world may also be more subjective as well. Now, the card that I pulled for this day is the card Forgiveness. So, this new moon is all about forgiving. And when you forgive, you release the past burdens from the people that have wronged you. You release these burdens, and when you release these burdens, you move on from these burdens. So forgiveness acts as a way to release your past burdens, as an act of you letting go and moving on. If you carry a lot of fear and if you carry a lot of resentment and anger, it's time for that to be resolved and released. You may be drawing more negative experiences to you if you're not careful. Hate and fear don't serve your highest good. So it's important to forgive others, first of all, for what they've done wrong to you, the things that they've done, for throwing your cards away, for hurting you in whatever way possible. And forgiving yourself for the expectations that you did not fulfill, for not being perfect, for not being a certain way, for not being up to your standards. For all of your flaws, for not doing things the right way, for not acting in a responsible fiscal way. Whatever the issue is, now is the time to forgive yourself for not being perfect. The lack of forgiveness feeds turmoil in the world. And when you forgive yourself and others, you create greater peace and greater harmony for yourself and others as well. Thank you everybody for watching. Like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.